this is the MH Triton. It has my old son's Sorellas on it, and the reason I had to get rid of them is because they only have about 1 mil of tread left safely on the road. So I went to take these rims off because it was cheaper to get the tyres for these. So that's my scenario for why I want to keep my rims, because they come off my car, which is over there. This has got pretty straight panels. I think the hood's a bit banged up a bit. It's a bit of part disassembled from thinking about doing restoration on the thing. And I have that paint can there, and I'll show you something in a minute with that. Bit of surface rust on the panel over here. It was getting full of dirt on this side as well, but I don't think it's penetrated through at all. But there are cracks, and I think that's normal. I tried getting a hose up there and squirting all the dirt out, but I really should have actually pulled the panel off and cleaned it up on the inside. As for the doors, well, they've all, I think, got little dings in them. This is a pretty straight door, the straightest probably on the car. I do see some little tiny dings on it, but that's a pretty straight door. This one, pretty straight. Bit tight. Yeah. And also, when I first got the car, water was getting in, so I've done these with some sticker flex to help seal it up. So the steels are a bit sticky, and it messed up one of my jobs that I did on the car. The seat's pretty much perfect, except for down there somewhere. There's a little rip there. I think that's the only rip in this seat. Nice and cushiony, nice and comfortable. A note that I'll have to make importantly for you, since you're going to be taking the car away, is that none of these bolts are in for securing the cab, and the tray isn't secured either. So if you want that secured, I can do that for you. Otherwise, you'll have to tie it down somehow so it doesn't rock around and whatnot. So all the doors are fairly solid. There's no noise in all of them except for one. I'll show you the other side. Here's what's in the back. The side plates I was talking about for here, like I was pulling it apart to check and see if there's any rust. This is the door, pretty solid. They're a little bit loose. I remember when I got it they were tighter than that. I don't know if it's because of adjustment or because I've removed it. And yeah, some of these bolts are actually broken, so they're no good. And yeah, so originally we were knocking out these dents. That's why the paint's a bit knocked out and chipped, because there was dents in there and they bogged it up a bit. I've knocked off a bit of the bog. There's a bit of bog right here. And yeah, so that's that. There's an exhaust that came on the car. I don't know if they used it or not. That was originally on this vehicle. Got some okay rubbers on there, I guess. Resonator, I think that is, and there's a mud flap guard thingies. Comes with the tow bar. I'm not sure if those plates came with the vehicle or not. I think they do. They come with this. But as you can see, I've cut out a big hole in the tray. So basically, I got the material for that. That bee wants to follow me. There he is. Why does the bee want to bug me at this time of day? Anyway, but there's a piece that goes in here. There's another hole over there that needs a patch in it. Not sure if the wavy piece is actually in the car or not. All I know is the channel here is here for replacing the channel, I think at the front. But there is a piece that goes there. I'll see if I can find it. If I don't know where it is, I can't help with that. Anyway, the next door, no noise. You know, I'm looking. But there's the fascia, and it's gone. There's a few things that I swapped in between this car and my car over the time I've had the car. The hood liner is in good condition, needs a bit of a clean. And as I said, this is the only issue with this seat. It's mostly that. There's a bit of a crack there. And okay, there's a bit of damage there as well. I'm not sure if there's any stitching or anything out. But looking at the seats and everything I saw when I bought this car, I liked it, apart from the bit of water damage that's here. So all the doors had some water damage. All the seals have been coated over to try and stop the leaking. so they should be good seals. Even though they're old, they've been rejuvenated with some Sikaflex. Actually, the casing is still in here, so this is what I used, Sikaflex Auto, to help fix it up. So it's a car body sealant. So I'm going to leave that in there anyway. But I've done that. So this is the only door that really has a problem. It's got something loose on the inside. It's also got the ding on it. So from back here we can sort of see the ding, which is right there. But that's basically it. This door has a ping right there. Fairly straight body, and that's why I bought this thing, so I wanted to do it up. Now, about this paint, I'm pretty sure you can see a bit of overspray here, here, here. I basically sanded a little bit and I painted over, and I think I can see some runs right there because I plan on fixing it up. And I even put some Sikaflex in here. It's not done so well. I think I should have bogged it up and then painted over that because yeah, it doesn't look so good. I would have done that again if I actually kept this car. I would have gotten some more of this, but this stuff's expensive, so yeah. Now here's that panel that you were gonna ask me about, and you said it's not bad. There's your little rust hole. It's about the size of my pinky. It's not bad. It's a common spot, just because the mud builds up there. It's a mud trap. So yeah, a little rust there. I think that's another common spot because mine has that as well. As for the tray, I should have noted this because I was rolling it around on my own. I sort of buggered this up a bit, and that's pretty easily fixed, these little sections, because it fell over a couple of times when I had to move it, and it was very hard and heavy to do on my own. So yeah, that's when I was fixing up the tray, or planning to, with the intention to fix up that tray. So it's everything you see here is what you get with the vehicle. And as for the original rims that are on the car, well, they're on my car now because they have the rubbers. I got brand new tyres on there. I can put my pinky in there just about. They cost me about $500, and one of the rims cost me enough. So yeah, if you really wanted them, I could then put tyres on my car, which I'm not going to worry about doing. The sunnies, and this is my car, so mine's in pretty straight condition. And that one's helped me a little bit with this car. In fact, that's the reason I got this car in the first place, because I wanted a driveline. I got offered this car for the driveline because they blew up the gearbox in it, so yeah, that's why I got that one. So if you're satisfied with what you see, apart from what I haven't shown you under the hood, then okay. Ow. Okay, so here's what's under the hood. All the brake lines have been disconnected with the intention to remove the cab and fix something else that was underneath. There's your speedo cable thing that you were asking about, inquiring about. There's this power steering that's still in the car apparently. Water cooling bottle. And an alternator. A coil pack. And I think there was a gas system on the car, but that was removed. And yeah. So that's what you get with this vehicle. And I really did want to restore this thing before I got that car, and then when I saw that I was like, nah. I don't know where the other wiper blade is actually. I took that off. There's a panel in there for there, but I don't know where the wiper blade is. So if you're satisfied, there's a little bit of rust here. Easily enough fixed. One thing I learned recently that I didn't know about before, the last thing about the rust, apart from this little surface rust here, is this little bubble that's coming through here that I didn't realise before. So there's a bit of rust built up behind there, the bog's cracked, and there's rust you can see in there. So, unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, the front's still in the air. It's on my stands that I have put underneath there. So that allows the wheels to freely spin. So the front's in the air. If you put your own tyres on there, I'll just jack up the rear, take the rear two wheels off, and you can put your own wheels on the rear and on the front, and then we'll lower it and you can take it away. And as I said, this is a pretty straight body. That's why I bought it. So you can see yourself. That door is a bit dinged up. That's probably the worst of them all. That is the worst of them all. The hood's a bit banged up, and I know the roof's definitely banged up a little bit in some sections. I don't see the dings on this side. I think it's on the other side. So here's a ding. So yeah, and it comes with the antenna. That was broken apparently before I got it, and rusting, corroding. I didn't like how it looked, so I took it off and I was trying to fix it and gooped it. So that pillar here has been painted. The inside here has been painted, but it didn't go too well because I shut the door too soon while it was drying, because it was going to rain inside here when I painted it. So I ended up shutting the door and hoping for the best, and the worst came out of it because the stuff's so sticky. And I haven't seen any water in the car too recently, so that's some good news. So what you see is what you get. If you're happy, let me know. The explanation behind those seats, they came out of my car. They are too tight for my car, so I took the ones out of here and used them to drive around in. And they're also in really good condition as well. I don't really want to get rid of the seats that I took out of here and put in my car, because in these ones I don't feel comfortable. Even though they have the thing for the books and stuff, they really are just too tight for my car. So I'm just shutting up everything. If you're happy with this, just let me know. If you're not happy with something, not satisfied, we can work something out, I suppose. If you want those panels, whatever, yeah, that's what you're going to have to work out, if you want those things or not, or you want the whole car. Because you said you wanted the tailgate. They're a bit loose, like this one's just too loose. I think it needs adjusting. This one's okay. It's a bit wonky. You wanted this this panel here, it's a bit dinged up. You wanted this fender here, it's got a hole in the bottom, which is fairly easily fixed. So that's what you get with the car. Well, feel free to let me know what you think, and if you want to take it away or not. I'll see about finding, because if you plan on fixing up the tray, I'll see if I can find that piece of steel that goes in here that I had made up, then I can weld it in place. Yeah. Okay, so I forgot to mention a bit about why I was taking the cab off and what I was going to do. I was planning on taking the cab off because there's a bit of a ding there. It's because they hammered the crap out of it to put a V8 transmission and stuff in here when they got it, apparently, ages ago. And there's a bit of paint stripping right there that you can see in the video. So a lot of this stuff's ready to come off. Here's your V8 transmission mounting points that they wanted to have for a V8, and they had a V8 in here, so that's the reasoning behind that stuff. What you see is what you get. Let me know if you want to take this away or not. Thanks. See you later. Well, this is a big piece of sheet. It's about the same contour and stuff as the stuff down the end. I had this made up by professionals. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure it goes in this way. So we go in, like, it's more than big enough to fix that hole and this massive one here. So it's the same, it's basically the same contour, convex and shape and stuff. So if you do want to so if you do want to fix up the tray yourself, you feel obliged. That's basically how close it is. It's the same material as what's come off of this. So if you want to fix up the tray, here's a piece of metal. Here's the runner for underneath the tray. I think it goes there. And I'll try to look after this. I'll put this in the car so it doesn't rust out. But that's what I wanted to share with you, just so you know that exists. If you want to fix up the tray or not. Heck, you might even have another tray in better condition. Just take a piece of that steel, and whack it on to the other tray you might have. So if I can get this door open first, I'm going to put it in the car. So basically that's all I really have to show you. I found this hiding, so it's in good condition. For something like this, you're looking at a lot of money to have it made up. I had it luckily made up for me for free because I did some work for some nice people around here. My dad's work makes that stuff up, and well, they don't make that exact stuff up. Let's just say I gave them a piece of the material, they made a long runner up for it, and I was good. I even gave them the old one of them. I think they chucked it in the bin. But just, yeah. If you're happy with this, let me know, please. Thank you very much. See you later. As well as the fact that that diff was stuffed. There's no handbrake, there's no brakes. Yeah, that's it.